Okay, it's Friday and I want to have some fun. As we all know, being a woman on the internet is an experience. But what you might not know is that somehow I have had the honor of breaking several men's brains simply by existing. But don't take my word for it. Take it from them.
Radical left-wing heartthrob Rachel Gilmore.
Rachel Gilmore, for those of you who don't know, is the Canadian Taylor Lorenz.
Is it because they hate Rachel Gilmore?
So to cap off this week, mostly because I think it's very funny, but also because whenever I do a live stream, you guys do mention these things, so I figure you might enjoy hearing it too. Let's go through the top 3 ways I made men lose their minds, and in some cases their professional reputations, on the internet over the last 2 weeks. So to kick things off with our bronze medal recipient, let me introduce you to Dmitry Sudas. He was, once upon a time, the Director of Communications for Prime Minister Stephen Harper. He was also formerly the executive director of the Canadian Olympic Committee. Now, on Saturday night, because I felt pretty, I posted this selfie to social media. But upon seeing this, the former director of communications for Harper and former executive director of the Canadian Olympic Committee responded to me with this. Sorry, I tried really hard to get it to fit on screen. In case you don't have 3 hours to read this whole thing, this is the description telling me to apply for a job posting he made up as an official Hamas apologist. He ended it with, and this is my favorite part, "Welcome to Hamas." This was very unhinged, but unfortunately the competition was steep over the last 2 weeks, so Dmitry only gets the bronze. Next up, we have Mark Levesque. As he proudly boasts in his Twitter bio, he's the former chief economic strategist at TD and the former chief economist at the Public Sector Pension Investment Board. That's a serious person with a lot of big boy titles. But unfortunately, like Dmitry, Mark could not handle that I posted a selfie. So he naturally, as he sat with those big feelings, decided that the best way to deal with them was to quote tweet my post with this. Yes, indeed, that says hot outside in a corn star kind of way and really, really ugly inside. Naturally, Mark being freaky on Maine went very, very viral. And basically seems to have torched what's left of this man's career. Our friend Mark here gets the silver medal. Now you might be wondering, Rachel, those are both weird as hell. How could there be something worse? And baby, I ask myself that every day when I log onto the internet. And yet somehow there it is. The gold medal goes to the folks at the dogshit rag Western Standard. Now, what set them apart in the judge's eyes, me being the judge, I'm sorry, was their creativity and the level of desperation and patheticness that I don't know that I've ever encountered to this degree. See, they tweeted at me asking me to debate someone, and I told them I would rather scoop out my own eyeballs, which I thought was pretty clear. So imagine my surprise when I see it in my notifications that someone affiliated with Western Standard tweeted an advertisement for a debate against me, with like a time and everything. It was bizarre. And I don't want to name some of the people involved because I think that they're really desperate for attention and they kind of freak me out. Because even though I asked them what part of I'd rather scoop out my own eyeballs was unclear to you, it didn't stop there. Instead, they went ahead with the debate, continued to advertise it, and literally went live for over an hour, waiting for me to join. And when I obviously didn't, these bearded creeps, in this case, the publisher, president, and CEO of this rag, got upset. So they just kind of talked shit about me for the hour.
Okay, well, let's steer this back towards Gilmore. I mean, she doesn't deserve the attention she gets, but she's kind of, she's become kind of a symbol of. She's fun to pick on because she's an idiot. And she comes across some ditzy, and she's actually kind of leaning into it, I guess. The bubble pop thing, maybe that would have been cute if you're like 20 years old in university or something, and you have lots of likes, and like you do the kind of the Valley Girl thing. Maybe she's kind of fun for us to kind of keep going back to because she's just so stupid, and she's easy to pick on.
So to recognize the impressively delusional act of using my name to advertise a debate that I never agreed to, would never agree to, and for going ahead and sitting on a live stream waiting for me for more than an hour, you get the gold medal for the weirdest and creepiest outburst in the last 2 weeks. I wonder what the next 2 weeks will bring. Have a great weekend, everyone.